Katrina Pierson, Katrina Pierson, Garland Tea Party, representing one of the largest cities in the state of Texas. And I wish I could say that I didn't see this coming. But we did. Which is why if you go back and look at all the videos and testimony over the last 2 legislative sessions, the Tea Parties were here saying this was coming, warning about the crisis at the border, and the unintended consequences of doing nothing about it. We've talked to our local leaders, our state leaders, our federal leaders. And we have a governor who retired in 2011, but still pretends to be on his bench, traveling all over the country, talking about how great Texas is and how much money we have and our job creation. But when it comes down to the border, we just don't have the resources. We have the resources to fund pet projects like Formula One racing, like the slush funds, emerging technology, enterprise fund, which have all been audited and need to go. But everyone has this illusion that Texas is doing so great, even though almost 50% of our budget is federal money. But when it comes down to the one responsibility of the chief executive law enforcement officer of this state, we just don't have the resources. Today I'm going to talk to you as a mom, because I am a mom of a son that is in the public school system. Because the public is not hearing both sides of this story. And they haven't. And we're going to make sure that they do. Because even the story the public is being told is not the real story. You see, because we're being told we have a humanitarian crisis on the border, and it's children. And they are refugees. Let me take a minute to read you the definition of a refugee. A person who has been forced to leave their country in order to escape war, persecution, or a natural disaster. But it seems like all the data now, coming from even the liberal media outlets like MSNBC, are saying that more than 90% of the people crossing the border today are coming to break the law to enter the country because they think they'll be able to stay. They're seeking amnesty. That is not a refugee, that is a criminal. And I don't care how old you are. These people are not being forced to leave. They're being told to leave. They're being asked to leave. And many of them are coming on their own because they want amnesty in this country. And even though we're just now hearing about it, this has been going on for a couple of years now. So it's not really the 50,000 we're being told in Texas. We are now upwards of 290,000 of these illegals coming into the southern border, being distributed into American cities. Not just any American city, but into communities that are already strapped for resources, into communities who are already struggling. And they're saying it's on the federal dime. But the local law enforcement, that's a taxpayer issue. The local health facilities, those are taxpayer issues. And if they do end up in the education system, guess what? That is a taxpayer issue. Now we all feel terrible for the young children that are being pushed here, either by their parents or someone else. No 6-year-old decides, I'm going to go to America. It just doesn't happen that way, as much as they want you to believe that. My compassion is coming in for the children of America, to the communities in America who have been abandoned by their representation, by their local leadership, by their state leadership, and clearly by the federal leadership. This got worse when Barack Obama passed his version of the DREAM Act. And then we had our own Senator John Cornyn vote for cloture on the Gang of 8 bill. This is human nature. Of course they're going to come in droves. And now, it doesn't even matter what bill gets passed, even if they do have more money go to the border, because our Border Patrol is being told not to enforce the current laws on the books. So what happens when elected officials don't do their job? The people do. This meeting today is so that we are letting all Texans know that we are standing with Texans. We are not standing with Republicans. We are not standing with the Democrats. We are standing with the parents and the grandparents and the children of the state of Texas.